1 second. I just want to fix something. How's everybody doing today? Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry about that. I just had a little bit of an issue. I got a couple of things to talk about, and then we're gonna discuss something. And I want to be clear on this, and I believe we're gonna leave the show off when we actually start breaking it down. We're gonna leave the show off with this, but we're gonna talk about something that I missed, and I don't miss a lot. So we're going to be talking about something that I missed. I don't miss a lot over here. Y'all know that I don't. I've consistently been able to keep y'all appraised or, up on what's going on a lot of different matters. This one I missed. We're about to have this conversation today because I think this is important. And I'm kind of upset that I missed it, just so we can be clear. But I want to first say we're going to be talking about Diddy today. Diddy has a situation going on. He has a third person that has accused him of something. I want to be clear about this. And then I'm going to explain why all of this is actually coming out now. And I'm also going to explain how my first analysis of this actually might not be wrong. Remember, I initially told y'all that I believe that all of this is happening and it's coming to this fruition the way that it is. And it's basically being used partly as a distraction, I believe, obviously, for what's going on in the world. But also some of these individuals might be victim of, if you don't do what I tell you to do, then this is going to be disclosed. Let's say what's up to everybody that dropped a comment before the show started, and then we're going to then I'm going to finish with the monologue, and then we'll do roll call if there's something to do roll call to. Shout out to Brandon Washington. I can't currently see a comment. They won't let me go that high. Shout out to Juno. He says, BBN Frost, top of the morning, my brother. Salute. He's doing all of the muskers. Shout out to Arthur D. Glass. He says, thank God it's Friday. BBN Fan Frost. Tomorrow is my birthday, for everybody that don't know. Tomorrow is my birthday. Shout out to Arthur D. Glass putting the Cash App up in the chat. Shout out to Sebastian Tompkins. He says, BBN Fan Frost. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to Flacco Sony. Says, yo, Frost, I'm here, baby. It's going down. Good morning to the good guys. That's a fact. Salute. Hold on 1 second. The question that we have up is, do you think Diddy will settle again, or do you think they're going to court? I'm going to leave that up there for a minute before I give pertinent information, because I want to know what you guys think, and then I'm going to give different information. And remember, before we get to the end, you can always change your vote. I'm not looking for you to make a vote and then we're discussing it and then you come to a different determination or you feel differently. And then you say, well, I already put it in. No, you can change it up until we end the vote. You can change your vote to whatever, if your feelings change. We're having the conversation, and I'm going to assume that, I don't even always have all the pertinent information on these discussions. That's why it's always so helpful when you guys show up and you're knowledgeable on whatever we're talking about, and you're not just, asking random questions that don't go nowhere. Then we can have real conversations. It's like when you're doing a thing, you're putting together like a machine or something, I don't know. And the kid comes over and starts asking you, what does this do? What does that do? And it's like, yeah, well, I would love to explain this to you, but if I sit here and I explain this to you, I can't get the work done. So I need to explain to you what I'm doing, not what you're asking me. Because if I explain what I'm doing, your answers will be answered. Your questions will be answered. You understand? At least that's the perspective that we should probably have. With that being said, just so we can be clear, Diddy is being sued for a third time. The first time he settled. The second time, for everybody that don't know, is his maid. Now, I'll explain the maid situation, the rumors that I heard. This third situation is a situation that happened with Aaron Hall. I'll explain to you what's being said involving that also. But I also want to say something before we even get to any of that. And Hassan Campbell, he went live last night and he explained what actually happened to him. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity this morning to choose which topic you would like to discuss first. If you would like to discuss Hassan Campbell first, put a HC in the chat. If you would like to discuss the Diddy situation first, put Diddy in the chat. Real quick, if you don't vote, then I'm just going to choose, and I'm probably just going to explain the Diddy situation, which is really long. So you might want to, if you want to discuss the Hassan Campbell situation, you might want to vote. If you don't want to discuss the Hassan Campbell situation, then you might not have to vote unless people start voting for Hassan Campbell. I'm gonna give y'all a second if anybody want to weigh in on this, because I know there's a little bit of time delay. Copy, boom, let's go. Sheesh, fam. I'm gonna say this much, right? And I want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding, right? Like zero misunderstanding, right? The time and effort that these Democrats put into some of these shenanigans, if that same energy was used towards trying to improve the life of the citizens of this country, if those same resources were used to benefit the people that live in the country, we might not have any problems. Like, other than somebody just, not being a good person here and there. But we might not have any problems. Think about all the money and resources they're using to prosecute Trump and Trump's people. Think about the millions of dollars that they're spending to prosecute Trump. Imagine if instead they took those millions of dollars and put them in some of these communities that need some assistance. I'm just saying. Imagine if they took those same millions of dollars and invested in some of the local schools in the districts that need it, that they're currently, using those resources to prosecute Trump. I'm just saying. All right, we going with Hassan Campbell. I only see Hassan Campbell votes. Shout out to Sebastian Tompkins. He says Hassan Campbell's first. Shout out to the Art of D Glass. He said go with Hassan since Mr. Take That is long. Yeah, that's what the Diddy thing is gonna be long. We're gonna go with Hassan Campbell first. Shout out to Flocka Stone. He says, yo, Frost, I'm in here, baby. It's going down. Good morning to the good guys. Hashtag BBN. I want to say something, and I want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. Almost entirely what I told y'all happened without knowing what the hell was going on is what happened. I'm going to explain this once again. Hassan Campbell was live. I told y'all that. Remember when people was trying to say, I was saying Hassan Campbell was live and they was like, yo, you on Hassan Campbell's Johnson or some shit. And they was in here going at me. And I say, yo, look, this is what happened. When you're on your phone, I'll show you with my phone since we got the ability right now. Let me use the phone that isn't probably not. This phone is all damaged up again. So I'm in the app, right? Right? Look, listen. So I'm in the app, right? Let's say I go in the app and I'm like, boom, I'm going to go live, right? Boom. I'm not going to actually go live because we're not doing it, right? So I'm going to turn my phone to the side real quick so it makes it a little bit easier for y'all to see, right? So let's say we live, right? Say I'm in the app. I'm doing a live. Let's say I press this button and I back out of the app and I go to a different app. Boom. Let's say I go to Disney Plus. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Let's say I go to a different app. That's when you guys don't see me. That's when it's like, yo, what happened to Frost? And then when I come back into the app and it reconnects, then that's when you see me again. Now, when you get this video and YouTube uploads it after the live is over, they don't put all of that time that you've been not on the live. Like, what you expect for them to have? Just the thing spinning like this? People just waiting? So it smash cuts from one connection, the disconnection, you're not there. Boom. So when it gets reconnected and they put those two together, Now, this is what Hassan Campbell said happened. He said the dudes was down the area. When he went over to get his phone, I think he was saying he was like kind of attempting to do that. He got attempted to do that, right? Just so we can be clear. I talk about a lot of shit. Don't worry, Jamila. We're going to get there. Right? Right? So I want to be clear about something. When he grabbed his phone, he's saying he just lost reception. I don't know if he just lost reception. I thought he backed out of the app. So let's say he backed out of the app, lost reception, whatever. He's saying when he got back in the vehicle, his live came on. That's happened to me before, where I've lost reception or I backed out of the live, got that the live was going on because I'm a place where a thing is happening. And then the next thing I look back down and my live is on and y'all niggas is watching me. So that's literally happened to me before. What up, Nick the Slick? You understand? So when I told y'all he was live, that's a smash cut. And now how many people made videos saying that was a pre-recorded video? Shout out to LaToya Hicks. Do I have to keep telling y'all that I'm literally better than most of these dudes? I just have more information on damn near everything that we're talking about. Do I have to continuously prove that? I mean, I don't want to say, first of all, glory be to God. I'm nothing without him. I'm everything with him. I just want to be clear on this. This is not me doing a thing. This is just something that the Most High has gifted me the ability to do at the moment. All right? I just want to be clear on this. Trying to stay inside of my blessings. I'm trying to do what I'm supposed to be doing. Trying my best, y'all. We working. In any regard. So once again, homeboy goes to grab his phone. When he grabs his phone, it cuts out. It cuts back in when he's in the car. Now, from the side when you driving, and this is the part that I don't really know, but when you driving, we thought he got shot on his right side. At least I did also. Don't get it confused. Because what I forgot was, and this is a fact, when you shoot on your phone, the video is inverted. So when we saw him in the bed, it looked like that was his right arm, but it was really his left arm. Because the video is inverted. That's just how it shoots from the phone. I don't know what to tell you. That's just what it is. Remember, I told you, had a wound on his arm and a wound in his back. Since I couldn't find the video to show y'all to really get into the real conversation about it, we ain't really get into it. One of the things that they do when they take the bullet out of you is sometimes they have to cut an incision into a different part of your body. So them going through his back to get the bullet out, that makes sense. That's an actual medical procedure that they do. I want to be clear on this. This is not me trying to big up Hassan Campbell. This is not me trying to say, like, be on his side. This is just me trying to explain to y'all. What was I telling y'all happened? I can't put the at because then I'm gonna my Instagram right here. Oh shit. This fucking thing is in the way. There we go, right there. Send it to that. What up, Brandon Washington? Salute. You understand? Now, what did I tell y'all happened? Y'all know I wasn't there. Now, what did I tell y'all happened? I just wanted to clear up the whole idea that was pre-recorded, because it was not. You do understand, when they're saying it's pre-recorded, they're basically saying that he went, even if this is real, decided he was going to upload this shit about him getting shot for clout. You understand? What I'm saying is, I don't believe he uploaded it. I think it was just a live stream and the shit went left. One of these situations is just saying he's being reckless. The other one is saying he's being calculatedly evil. I don't believe it's that deep. I think we have to be mindful of when we're accusing people of things. Because when we're not, often what we could be doing is we could be victimizing the actual victim worse than the first victimizer victim, the victim. Often what people do out of their own hubris is they continue to attack the person who's the victim because they don't want to admit their own folly. They don't want to admit they made a mistake. They don't want to admit that they messed up. They got too much pride. So what they do is they go harder to victimize the victim. That's what they do. The person that's already under attack. Instead of saying, let me get up out of here. That person didn't do this thing that they was accused of. They say, I need to save my name. Instead of just admit my folly. I made a mistake. I did not know. You see, that's God's energy. Because we are not perfect. And we are going to make mistakes. It's how you handle it after you make the mistake. It's how you handle it. It's the accountability or the lack of accountability. See, it's the funny thing about sin. You play in this life or you pay in the next. The person that is, just so we could just do like one of those parable things at this moment, I think this would be a nice time to do one. So there's a lady, really good, kind lady. She's been a good, kind person her whole life. She's on a deathbed. There's a young man sitting next to her. He says to her, you've been a good person your whole life. Right now you're dying. I'm a cruel person. I'm a bad individual. I live a great life and I'm happy and content. And the lady said, sometimes the devil gives you everything that you want because he knows that if you're happy, you'll never turn to God. Just think about that for a moment. Why are you looking at people out here that might be going through something? So you assume God don't love them. Why you look at these people that might be under attack? And instead of you admitting your folly, correcting the behavior, the one thing that God actually does want us to do, you double down. Be more evil. Just saying. Be right back. Let's look at this. Yeah, I don't care. Shout out to the door. Let's look at this. Let's look at this poll. There's good people out in that world. All right. I tell you, there's good people out in the world. You just gotta continue to be a good person yourself, and just, in time they'll find you. There's good people out in the world. Just continue to be a good person. In time they'll find you. Remember though, while you're being a good person, them evil people are gonna try to make you look like you like them. You understand? Like, they're gonna keep trying to push your buttons. They're gonna keep trying to get you to turn into something that you're not. Or at least the perception. Because that's what Satan is about, deception. So just be vigilant. You're gonna have to take some L's, which is really W's. Why are you taking the L? You taking it for yourself, or you taking it for the Most High? You taking it because you following what the Most High wants us to do, or you taking it because of your pride? Sometimes God puts us in a situation where we have to swallow our pride to prove our love. You ever thought about that? Just saying. With that being said, let's look at this poll real quick and get back to Hassan Campbell conversation. But this is a Diddy poll currently. It says, do you think Diddy will settle again, or do you think they go into court? It says Diddy will settle, 52%. Diddy going to court, 11%. And 37% just there to see the results. You got 27 votes. I appreciate you. I get the votes in. Let's get back to Hassan Campbell. So I want to say something real quick. So as far as the video is concerned, the legitimacy of the video. What up, the best? The legitimacy of the video, just so we could be clear on this. I told y'all that I believe that the video was legitimate. I believe that the video was a live stream. Every single thing that Hassan Campbell explained makes sense. If it was still not a live stream, I don't know what to tell you. Because one of the things you have to understand is when a person doesn't like you, they just come up with all the reasons in the world why something went away. Like, that ain't even what happened. What are you talking about? Like, none of those things is what happened, fams. Is you're going crazy, and you got to ask these people these things, because they just, like, when the people come up in here and they be in the chat and they just come up with like absolutely insane, what in the hell were you talking about, reasons for this to have happened and for that to have happened, and then they want me to co-sign it, and then I don't co-sign it, and they be like, oh man, everybody got to agree with you. What are you talking about, fam? You didn't even give a principle. You didn't even explain your position. You just said a thing. And because you said a thing, now I'm supposed to believe that that thing is true. And I have to sit here and agree with you, not agree with the thing that I already believe, that I have proof behind, or at least have a real strong conviction of. I'm supposed to just, so that's what's supposed to happen. I had no idea. I had zero idea. This is all news to me, fam, in any regard. So, don't know what to tell you. In any regard, I want to get to a couple of things I heard Hassan say. I believe Hassan Campbell, and I want to say something. You can't say you're not working with the police. I believe Hassan Campbell dropped a lot of hints to who did it. But Hassan Campbell also said that the police already know who did it. So he said that the police already know who did it, just so we could be clear. So yeah, that part. Do you know what Hassan Campbell just insinuated when he said that? I don't know if anybody knows. Should I say it? Should I say what he just insinuated? Besides the fact everybody's getting arrested, should I say what he just insinuated, or should I just like stay shut? What do y'all think? Put in the chat. Should I say what he just insinuated? I want to be clear about this. Hassan Campbell said that the police already know who it is, so he does not have to snitch. And then he made fun of a nigga that snitched. For I don't think you can do both of these things. I'm not saying that I'm right. It's just me. But I don't think you can make fun of the guy that you're saying snitch, took the stand. When you're saying, oh, well, the police already got all of the evidence, so I don't have to take the stand. You can't take the high ground if everybody know who did it. Like if the person who did it did the thing on Channel 6 fucking news, you can't then brag about not having to snitch. I don't get you guys. I'm not trying to hate, fam. I'm never trying to hate. I think because I look at the things that we talk about from all perspectives, I think often people on both sides feel like I'm favoring the other guy because I might say something in favor of someone, and then so the other guys is like that nigga a hater, and then I'll say something else, and it might not be in favor of the person that I just said the thing that's in favor of because I'm not biased. And now those niggas think I'm haters, and now both sides hate me. They both mad. Because I and I'm just being honest. So I want to be clear. I think he turned his phone off. I don't think no FBI hit his shit. I'm not saying it's not possible. I want to be clear on that. I do believe that it's possible. I do believe there's a 10 to 15% chance that he's right when he said that. Maybe a little bit higher. If you know about how this internet works, you know about how this internet works. All right? There's a reason why Hassan Campbell's content is always going to be profitable. Okay? Just so we can be clear. And I'm not shooting at him. I don't hate on nobody, fam. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know what your journey with God is. All right? No matter what your content is, I'm pretty sure you're helping people. And that goes for almost any content. Not any content, but almost any content. I think people don't really understand what we do over here. And when I say we, I'm not talking about journalists, because they're not journalists. I'm just talking about media content creators, entities like we are. I don't think people really understand or get what we do. You understand? I think often people misperceive Hassan Campbell giving his opinion as it's news. Now, I'm not knocking him. I think that he has the right to give his opinion like anybody else has the right to give his opinion. And I've shared many of his opinion, like many of opinions he's had. I've been like, you know what? He got a point. Just so we can be clear. So I'm not shooting at him. But I do think, and this is just me just speaking from my perspective. I do think that when you're creating that type of content that he does create, that you have to expect certain things to happen. And one of the things you have to expect to happen is retaliation. Now, he says that he's going to show up. He was outside yelling and screaming. And he said, is that just a light? Because it's just a light. So he's out, so he's out there yelling and screaming before all of this goes down. And one of the things he said is that he's going to show back up with 1,000 niggas. Then he began to threaten women and old ladies and children. So I get it, but I don't know if I could stand here and just let him have a pass on that. I applaud him admitting that he was going off the deep end and drug. All right, just so we can be clear. I applaud that. All right. And I want to be clear about something else. He said that he didn't go out there with a gang of niggas. What happened was he went out there and then like one person came down and then like they called another person or some shit. So basically he's saying that those people that ended up being out there with him, they came out there after the fact. He initially pulled up all by himself. I can get with that. That makes sense. I'm here for that. All right. I can hear for that. That sounds, see, this is the thing. That sounds like a plausible reason why something happened, but I'm about to mention something in 2 seconds. That sounds like a plausible reason why something happened, right? He pulled up, he was yelling outside. Maybe somebody called. Yo, your man is out here. What's good? Like somebody come get him. He's screaming at the hood. So his people show up, right? So now I have a different thing to say real quick, just so we could be clear. When Hassan was explaining that he was out there and he was complaining on his live stream last night, one of the things he said was he expected, one of his brothers to come out there and come get him. Didn't they? I'm not being a dick, am I? Am I being a dick? I'm going to explain what I just said again. Listen, this is what Hassan said, not me. Hassan said he went out there by himself. Now, I believe all of this is plausible. He said he went out there by himself. At some point, his mans pulled up, right? That dude that was in the hospital with him and the dudes that was hanging out doing whatever, they didn't come out there with him because he's trying to say he didn't pull up to the block with a whole bunch of niggas. I'm a real nigga. I pulled up by myself. That's what he's saying. I'm not saying he's wrong. All right? So don't come here arguing with me. Saying that I'm saying that the dude is saying something I'm not saying that the dude is saying. I'm not saying that. Because somebody's going to do that. You already know that, right? Somebody's going to show up. Somebody's going to show up and say, Frost, I know what you're really saying. Arthur D. Glass says, trouble pulled up out of fear that Hassan might make it back from what it might not make it back from what it. Yeah, I'm here for that. No beef. I'm a believing you. I just want to be clear on this. I'm not arguing with what Hassan is saying. I'm just explaining to you 2 things that he said. Is that fair? I'm not arguing. I'm not saying he said. I'm not saying anything he's saying is incorrect. I'm telling you that just telling you 2 different things that he said. Right? So listen. He said that his man, just what Arthur D. Glass put into the chat, trouble pulled up out of fear. Hassan might not make it back. No, thank you. I appreciate you for putting that in the chat. You're the man. Keep being that. So, just so we could be clear, he then says he's mad. He got shot, I guess. I don't know at this point. And he's saying, why didn't somebody come outside and tell him to calm down and show him love and get him off the street? And I'm saying, what trouble pulled up? Somebody did come out there. Tell me where I'm wrong. So, am I saying anything wrong? Like, I'm not shooting at the dude. I don't know if he could complain that nobody came outside to tell him to calm him down if his man pulled up on him, in his own words. Right? I appreciate you was adding context, Art of D Glass. Thank you. I appreciated that, by the way. That's why I read your comment straight into my comment, because it was on point. It was on all of the points. Mr. TYB, can I know what TYB stands for? I'm just asking. Mr. TYB, the young blood, prime example of what keeping it real goes wrong. Gonna agree with you. Art of D Glass says, I think he wanted somebody from the block to pull up because Trouble did just my theory. No, he said Trouble pulled up. Yeah, no. Well, he needed somebody from the block. Why do he need somebody from the block? I'm assuming anyone that cares about you stepping out and saying, yo, look, fam, this is not it. I love you, they love you, we all love you. All right. The people that didn't love you, they're not here no more. So we have to try our best not to abuse the people that do love us. It's hard, but we're gonna take those steps. Right now, you're abusing those people. Why don't we go get a coffee, donut? You know what I'm saying? Let's think about this for a minute. Let's get some chocolate. They said chocolate helps to make people happier. Let's go get some chocolate. We're gonna improve your mood. All the D glasses, but keep in mind you're trying to ration with a drunk person. That don't mean don't do your best. You should still do your best, right? I'm just asking. Shout out to Tada. He says, do thugs get hugged Sunday morning after drinking all night in the projects? Why not? I think anyone should. Sometimes people need hugs at the oddest of times. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Please vote on our poll. Our poll involves Diddy at the moment, but please vote on our poll. We only got 33 votes. I'm gonna let the poll stay up for another 5 to 10 minutes. It says, do you think Diddy will settle again, or do you think they will go out of court? Diddy will settle 48%, go into court 15%, just to see the results at 36%. I'm gonna just weigh in a couple of things on this real quick, and then we're gonna get right back to Hassan Campbell. So I want to be clear about everybody that don't know what's going on with Diddy right now. There's 2 new charges that he has to suffer from. There's 2 new charges that he has to fight in court. One of those actually has to do with a maid that he has. I've heard a lot about the maid. I can have a freaking maybe a good discussion with y'all. Some of the accusations allegedly I heard about the maid situation, and this was a long time ago, because I heard about this lady ain't worked for him in years. This was a long time ago that this happened, by the way. I heard about it once she stopped working for him. I don't know how all of this stuff isn't pretty much, I've told y'all about this before, is the point in which I'm trying to say. So I don't know why, like, I've been telling y'all shit. I don't know. When we get bigger, niggas is in trouble. Now do you see? I told y'all about this before, by the way. Got a maid. He was, I don't want to get into it. So she basically is one of the people who sued him. She was basically also similar situation like Cassie. And there's another lady that's also suing him, but that's because of a situation that happened. I think they're saying that it happened one night, but she was friends with Diddy. And I know about that situation also, just so we could be clear. So there's a lot of things going on with Diddy, fam. Yeah, thank you. Arthur D. Glass, I spoke on this already. There's a lot of things going on with Diddy, fam. Y'all notice we don't talk about Diddy over here. Think about all the things Diddy be doing. You never hear me talking about Diddy. I bring up Diddy every once in a while. I've heard a lot about that guy since I've been a teenager. Just so we can be clear. Yes, I've been in the loop, fam. I'm really... Anyway. So... Okay, so... Hold on. Let's talk about this Diddy shit for a minute. We'll get back to Hassan Campbell. Okay, so let me tell y'all what happened. What angle do you want me to explain this from? The possibility of it being a distraction, or just the Diddy angle? This is bigger than y'all understand. It's a lot of things going on right now because you guys was fooled into voting Democrat. They tricked y'all. Hell, I didn't even see it coming. Fam, how often do I tell y'all what's going to happen before it happened? I didn't see this. For everybody that's been here for more than 3 years, how often do something happen that's big that I miss? For the people that been here 3 years and better, that's rare. I missed this. I'm telling you I did. Just so we can be clear, when the Democrats got into office, there was a law that was put up. So the law that was put up, right? When I spoke on this, because we spoke on this, I thought they were going to use it against Trump. That's what I mean by I missed it. I saw the damn, I thought it was a curveball. The shit was a slaughter. Give me 1 second. for the people that's new over here, y'all don't get it. So I'm gonna sound really crazy a lot of the times. It's gonna sound like I'm bananas. But after you've been here for a while, you're gonna realize I'm actually not bananas. But it's gonna sound like I'm bananas. Like somebody, if they take a 5-10 minute little, they could take 5-10 minutes from here and 5-10 minutes then from there without context, make me seem like I'm an absolute animal. But with context, it just comes off different. So I'm gonna explain what happened for everybody that don't know. Do you remember that Trump was having problems because they was having those women that was trying to sue him? Remember when that woman, I think he had to pay her off. What was her name? I forgot her name. But he had to pay her off. Remember? She won. Stormy Daniels, she won. Remember? He had to pay her off. Remember? Do you remember they was looking for more women to go against Trump? Everybody forget that this happened. So they changed the law. And they made it so that if something happened to you a dumb long time ago, you had up to a year now to come forward so you can seek damages. All of this happened around the same time because we spoke about it over here. And I was busy saying, yo, they looking for more chicks to go turn on Trump. They're going to be talking about shit from like 20 years ago. Don't nobody know what happened. Hold on. Does anybody remember that conversation? This is when they first changed the law. We talk about everything over here. If you are a person that watched the BBN network, if you are a person that watches the BBN network, you are way more informed than most people. I promise you. So what happened is this. I thought they was trying to use it to go after Trump. That's probably what they was intending to use it for in general. But what ended up happening was a lot of these dudes, they've been doing things. So some women came forward. The reason why we're hearing about it now is because over whatever period of time that they was trying to negotiate a settlement, they probably never came to nothing. So now they coming forward before the last date. They gotta file. It's like, yo, look, we're gonna file to sue you, right? But if you pay us X and Y amount of dollars, then we don't file the report. If we file the case against you, it's gonna come public and people are gonna know about the thing we complaining about. But if you handle it, with our lawyers, now don't nobody know you did me wrong. You could just keep this shit secret. I sign an NDA, don't nobody know about the bullshit you did. You understand? Now what happened is, this is presumably what happened. Now they got all the way to the period of time where now you file or you don't file. You don't have no more of a choice. They haven't settled in court with these people. So since they haven't settled in court with these people have to file now. Because if they don't, it was their last day. So that's why you saw them filing at the end. You understand? So that's why all of this is coming up now. Now, what I'm saying is, I also believe that this was put in there on purpose by the Democrats because they knew that they was going to have trouble around this time of the year. I be having conversations with y'all, right? Often. That like if you're not here, like almost every day, you're going to be lost. But if you're here almost every day, I'm going to say things. And you're going to be like, oh shit, that nigga talked about that. And I'm not going to have to say I talked about it. What is the use of a conversation if it isn't to exchange information? Like, we're not trying to exchange information from one another, with one another. Then why are we even talking? Like, what are we even doing? How's the visual and the audios coming through? Let me know, y'all. I would like to know. Put me on the game. Shit's crazy. So I'm gonna get back to Hassan Campbell. So I want to be clear about this. There's two more situations with Diddy. Let me tell you about the maid first. So the maid was basically a maid slash anybody that come in the crib could smash. When you work for Diddy, if somebody came to Diddy house and wanted to have sex with you, it's just what it is, what it is. If you're the maid, if you're the chef. Allegedly. Allegedly. So this is what I heard happen. And what was the last straw. I'm going to tell you what I heard the last straw was. This was a long time ago. Basically, you know, she just got tired of dudes just being able to. See, I'm being careful because he's going to, I don't know what's going to happen. And the last thing I want to get is attacked. Any more cease and desist for telling niggas the truth. But basically, when you go to Diddy's crib and people will come to the crib and just looking at the maid and was like, what's up with her? Or if you go into the Diddy's crib and you see some lady just, what's up with her? And that's what Cassie was. The Aaron Hall situation is a specific thing. Diddy had some chick that he was having around her and he was grooming her or some shit. So they was like at a concert or something, some party or something. So Diddy first forced himself on her, she's saying. And then while she was trying to get herself together, Aaron Hall came in and forced himself on her. That's an old story also. So y'all might have heard that about that already. So her suing. This is all old stories, man. That's why I'm saying I don't know like how in tune some of these guys is. These are all old stories. That's why when people be coming out saying, you know, this person is in trouble for this person is in trouble for that, I'm like, well, that was about right. I don't know if they actually did it, but I know what the folklore is. Like, you know, this was, and just so we could be clear, Aaron Hall was a singer, and he was one of them dudes. He was one of them dudes that all the chicks was like. He was like big, you know. Like Aaron Hall was big, like he was a big thing for a period of time. He was like the R. Kelly before R. Kelly. When Hassan was in the hospital, his right arm was patched up. Last live, his right arm was not patched up in the library. Young L.A. His left arm was patched up in the library. Look at the words on my chest. To me, this is backwards. All right? On my screen. So what I'm trying to explain to you, often when you shoot with your phone, what happens is the video is inverted. You understand? So his right arm wasn't patched up in the hospital. It just looked like his right arm because he was shooting with his phone. But you're not going to get that, right? You're going to tell me I'm wrong, right? Don't worry, it's okay. Oh, you said, okay, my bad. Shout out to Young LA. So, yeah, so all of these guys are in trouble. But I believe that one of the main reasons why all of these guys is in trouble because they're not doing something they were supposed to be doing. Because all of this is type of shit that could go disappear. You understand what I'm saying? This is all shit that could go just disappear. I believe they probably just was not doing something they wanted them to be doing. You understand? All of this shit is shit that could go disappear. Don't let nobody lie to you. All right, so we see my shirt. I'm shooting with this. It's the right way. But when you're on the shooting with your phone, often it's backwards. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know how that works, but I do know that that's a thing. You understand? If that makes sense. I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm saying that that's a thing. I'm saying you need to disprove that in order to prove what harm he actually had. You understand? He be outside. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go around somebody at one point. Also, you don't think he's gonna be talking about getting shot forever? So you think he's gonna be able to hide which arm he actually got shot in? I mean, I don't know what your argument is here. You know, you're talking about Hassan Campbell, right? Hassan Campbell? You know, he said he's going back, right? He's like, I'm going back. I'm gonna end this poll. I want to put up an Hassan Campbell poll. He was like, I'm going back. All right, we have 44 people voted. Says, do you think Diddy will settle again, and do you think that he's going to go to court? Diddy will settle. 50% said he's going to settle. 22 people. 29% just wanted to see the results, and 20% said Diddy going to court. Well, I mean, he can settle. Don't get this confused. But if he was going to settle, we probably would have settled already. So if he's not settling, they're going to court, right? So I don't know. All right, so I want to put up another poll real quick. Okay, so the question is, do you think Hassan Campbell should go back to Bronx River? The answers are immediately, never again, and you just want to see the results. Oh. Hold on. Copy and paste. Okay, so we're gonna change one of those. So, do you think Hassan Campbell should go back to Bronx River? The first question is immediately. I think he need to get up off his keister and get out there. The second one is never again. He should never again plant his feet on that soils. And the third one is only with police. And the fourth one is you just want to see the results. So I want to start this poll real quick. I'm curious what you guys think. You shook your head on what part? What up, Riches? The Art of D Glass, my bad, brother. You didn't have to kill me. Oh, what he did. All right, let's get to it. Well, once again, just about the arm thing. It doesn't make sense for him to lie about the arm he got shot in. At some point, he's going to be showing people the wound, right? So why would he lie about the arm he got shot in? It doesn't even make sense. I think he's smart enough not to lie about something that he's going to brag about later, right? Can we give him that level of intelligence? Like, anybody ever accused you of something and it pissed you off more that you thought that you're like, you think I'm that stupid? I'm upset you're saying I did a thing I didn't do. But in addition to that, you think that I'm that stupid. Like, you don't think I'm smarter than that? Sometimes that's the thing that makes me the most angry. I'm not even lying to you. Sometimes when people accuse me of doing or saying some shit I would never do, I'll be more pissed off that you thought I was going to do that. You think I'm capable of that? Like, what the? I'm more pissed off at that. So you don't think I could have did that any smarter or any better than that stupid shit? Part of my language. That's hubris. I get it. Glory be to God. I know it's hubris, but sometimes that gets to me. I'm like, what in the heck, man? You don't think I'm smarter than that? Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. Let's get back to what we're talking about. I want to be clear about something. What up, 27? I want to be clear about something. Let's get back to the y'all want to stay on the Diddy or the Hassan? Which one? Put it in the comments. I'm just gonna respond back to whatever comments is in the chat. We'll jump back to whatever the comment is that I'm responding to. It could come whatever comment it is I'm responding to. So Hassan said he's immediately going back. Like, he was like, he's going to go get the boys. I want to be clear about something. First of all, Hassan has basically said that the police know who did it. He gave a lot of hints who he believed who did it, right? So I have people contacting me telling me who they believe who did it, right? So I'm not saying who is whatever because I know how this works. They'll get you to say something. They'll be like, yo, Frost, I know it's something nobody else knows. And then I come and I'll be like, well, somebody told me a thing. I don't know if it's true. And then the next thing you know, after it's found out to not be true, somebody's going to say I'm reporting bad information. You understand? So I don't have much of a reason to say this yet, but I will say this. One of the things he said is that the people who shot him were young boys. Also, he alluded to they're not from those projects. He said that the police saw them when they entered the projects. I'm just going off of what he said at this point, fam. He said, just so we could be clear, that the police got the dudes that came into the projects on camera. Said they know who you. He said that they had the dude. Did he say that they had him at the precinct and they wanted him to come down and and look at pictures or look at the or identify them or something? The worst thing you can do when you're a content creator and somebody is coming up to you doing some crazy shit is to turn your camera off. He never what? Well, he never 27. He never will tell. Oh, I don't know. You're saying he's never will tell, but he doesn't need to tell the police. He said the police know who it is. The hell was there to tell? He's basically saying he's never going to tell the police something they already know. That's like somebody coming up to me and saying, Jack, I'm never going to tell you that I don't know what color your nose is. Jack, I'm never going to tell you what that word says on your shirt. Okay, so 27. Just so we could be clear, did you hear everything he said? If you didn't hear everything he said, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. Copy? Are you asking me what he said, or are you telling me what he said? If you're telling me what he said and you didn't hear everything he said, I'm not going back and forth with you. One of the things people do when they're trying to argue with you is there'll be this much information, but they're only going to say this part, that part, that part, and that part. You know what I'm saying? While you're busy trying to talk about the whole thing. And they're going to act like just by them saying this part, this part, this part, and this part, that disproves all of the rest of the information, which you also want to be inside of the conversation. What I'm saying is, are you only going to want to talk about this part, and that part? Because if so, then there's no reason for us to talk. But if you want to talk about the entirety of what he says, then we can have a conversation. So now I'm going to move on because I'm not sure what you want to do in that regard. So let's look at the poll real quick. We had 13 people vote so far. It says, do you think Hassan Campbell should go back to Bronx River? 31% said immediately. 54% said never again. 8% said only with the police. 8% also said just want to see the results. So I want to say something real quick. Hassan Campbell says he know who it is. Hassan Campbell said the police know who it is. If the police already know who it is, Hassan Campbell, and you already know who it is, Hassan Campbell, because you're saying that at some point they effed up and the police know who it is. You're not telling me you're not telling us, because I have not spoken to Hassan Campbell. You haven't told us how the police messed up. But Hassan Campbell said at some point they fucked up. Hassan Campbell also alluded to the fact that they came into the projects, that they didn't come out of the projects. He also alluded to that they were young boys. You see, because you do understand by him saying that they were young boys and alluding to they came from a different project, he's basically saying that these people aren't even the Bronx River. Whoever shot him ain't even from Bronx River. So his point is, why shouldn't he stop going? I'm assuming his point is, why shouldn't he stop going to Bronx River if the people who shot him not even from Bronx River? Bronx River didn't shoot him. Some other dude shot him from somewhere else. So that means questionably, arguably, pardon me, he can be anywhere and these people could try to roll up on him and do the same thing. Him being at Bronx River wasn't the catalyst for his shooting. The catalyst for his shooting was the people knowing that he was at Bronx River, that was at somewhere else, then came to Bronx River. At least that's what it sounds like his argument is. Right? Once again, he says that, and just so we could be clear, he said a couple of things which were contradictory. So I want to be just so this is what I be meaning by, did you hear the whole thing, or are you just in here to say he said something that was different than what I'm saying currently? Because he said a couple of things that was contradictory to what he was saying because he's trying to not snitch. One of the things that he said is he alluded to the people at one point or another like they was coming out of the building. All the D glasses sounds like a target on his head plus an example being made. I don't think he uses much fairness when he uses his platform. I think that even when you're saying something about somebody that might not be what they want you to hear, if you have a platform and you're fair, that person also knows that when they do something good, if you're a person who speaks on them, that you're going to also most likely speak on the thing that they've done well. So he doesn't have one of those platforms. Like when people are doing something good, that he says, you know what, I've been talking about all the bad stuff that they've been doing, but look at this great stuff that they're also doing. He doesn't have one of those platforms. You know, if he's been talking smack about you and you go do something good, he's going to come up with a reason in which why you're doing it, but you should get no credit. Like saying he's pissed off at the drug dealers that buy the turkeys for the people in the hood. You know who isn't pissed off? That family that come for the turkey. He's so mad at whoever the hell you mad at. You don't want these people that couldn't feed themselves to get fed. You don't want people who are benefiting off the community to 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 try to do something for the community and hopefully maybe get involved in some different things. And maybe now they're not even doing the thing. It's more profitable and beneficial to them to not do the thing that they was doing to tear the community down. I promise you, there's people that they're happy being a drug dealer, but there are also other people that just like, damn, this is just what I'm good at. If I had a different option or a different hustle that could bring me in complimentary money, I go do that. Young La says, I got drunk last night. I had a Hassan Campbell moment outside my projects. Sorry to hear that happened. Happy to see that you're still here today. And you also probably didn't get shot because you're on the internet currently. Whenever you are not using your energy in the appropriate way, you create a target on your back. And when you're using the energy in an appropriate way, you also create a target. The difference is whether you got the protection of the Lord. You putting your armor on before you go outside in the morning. We got Psalms 23. Can we get Psalms 23? I am a little perturbed that so they gave me a notification for my Bible in my phone and I accidentally hit easy. So now I'm trying to figure out how to get the settings to the King James version and off of the easy version. Give me one moment because I do not like the easy version, which is dope, by the way. Just so we could be clear. But it is not what we're currently doing. We're doing something else. And I don't like that they do this. It's my fault. I put in the wrong thing. All right, I'm gonna read the one that they gave me. This is it says easy. Can I change this? There we go. I want to put it on King James Version. I like the New International Version also. You'd be surprised at how many different versions they have. They have like a ton. All right. Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Put your armor of God on before you walk out in the morning. I had to switch the Bible thing over. Yeah. So we're going to be, so hopefully when they send me the stuff, it'll be more the King James version, because that's the version that I'm just more synonymous, that's more synonymous with me personally. And it's just one that I prefer. I don't need them to dumb it down any. Amen. I don't need them to dumb it down any. With that being said, put your armor of God on before you go out in the morning, like whenever, I don't think the way that Hassan Campbell was conducting himself was conducive with him having his safety in mind. I think that when homeboy showed up, that was his homeboy, he should have spent more energy in trying to get him to remove himself. I think they also said that there was another dude that came, that was showing up, that was a friend of Hassan's, and that dude was driving, and that's the guy that told him watch your back. And that's when the dude, started shooting, or whatever the case might be. He also said they shot at him from all the way down the block, that they should have walked up on him, or whatever the case is. I want to say a couple of things, and I want to be clear about this. I think we all can use some type of other person to talk about our thoughts and emotions and feelings with. I think that sometimes when we can filter our thoughts through, somebody else's perspective, also in addition to ours, I think sometimes we can change our focus, change the way that we value a situation, change the way that we perceive a certain thing, change the way that we're looking at it. And I think that that could often be beneficial. So I think everyone, every human being, I want to be clear about this. I'm not talking about no one specifically, and I'm not talking about no one only, but I think every human being would benefit from having people around, or at least a person around, in which they can have conversations with, that person has their best interest in mind, and also is allowing for them to work through their own problem, not necessarily trying to give too much advice. And the reason why I say this is because when we do YouTube and we do content creation, what you don't understand is, and I'm definitely not anymore going through it to the degree that Hassan Campbell is going through it. I don't think I'm going through something different with the stalkers. I don't know what the stalkers is about. I was thinking about it today. I don't even know when the stalking started. The stalking, I had to be up when the stalking started. So they probably over there don't have the slightest idea how I'm still doing anything. Because I'm pretty sure at this point, like, if they haven't already realized that God is acting on my behalf, I'm pretty sure right now they can't even understand how I'm keeping anything going. They might have been stalking me for because my issues and problems started about 4.5 years ago. That might be when they started stalking me. I just didn't know. Our numbers was high as hell 4 years ago. Every video we dropped was like 10,000 views minimum, damn near. Just to put shit in perspective. I'm one man. Just to put shit in perspective. What time we got? We got 9. Y'all want me to do another live? Maybe we go outside. What's the temperature? 46 degrees. I don't know how I feel outside. Y'all, because I'm thinking, y'all want to go outside? Y'all want to shoot this live outside? How windy is it? Let me see how windy it is. Might not be that windy. I don't know if I want to go outside that much because it's maybe a little chilly outside. But also, when I do the morning show from here, I can't go to the store now, and I'm upset about that. That I'm not very happy about. Not very happy about that. I can't go to the store now. Hmm. Anything else y'all guys want to talk about? This is the day after Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure all of you guys is like incapacitated or whatever. I'm not a big holiday dude. I was not doing anything on Thanksgiving. I was invited out to a place or two. I did not go anywhere. I don't really celebrate stuff, and I feel way more comfortable being home alone than I do in a room full of people. So, stay home, enjoy myself, doing nothing. Oh, let me give a little bit of BBN updates. All right, so I have two hard drives. One of these is 2 terabits. The other one is 1 terabit. I'm not 100% sure which is which. I'm just waiting for a new cord. So all I need to do is go. I don't need a new cord. Think I'm trying to cancel an order. I'm trying to cancel an order. Hold on, what the fuck? Now I want to get to work. So what happened is I bought a computer that didn't have high-end memory because I needed high-end other shit because I already knew I had flash drives. I mean, I already knew I had portable fucking this shit. I need to cancel that order. Can I cancel this shit? You know what? I'm not gonna cancel the order. God had me do that for a reason. Maybe I need 2 wires and I don't even know it. Not gonna cancel the order. Okay. So that means our Photoshop and everything back else is good to go. Now we are literally lit. We ready. So that means that we're at about 35 to 40%. Go. We're at about 35, 40%. Oh shit. I mean, I get to spend my time playing with Photoshop and Premiere. I get to spend my time playing with Photoshop and Premiere Pro now. Let's go. All of the things. Shout out to the Most High. Glory be to God. I want to get to work actually now. I don't even want to do this no more. What y'all want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about? I'm flighty, fam. I want to get to work. I'm about to, whenever we end this, I guess I'm going to run to the store, go get me a snack, probably another coffee. Maybe I just go buy some coffee. I don't know. Nah, just gonna because I don't want no coffee in the house. I was drinking too much coffee, so I don't want no coffee in the crib. Yeah, I might just go get me another coffee, and we on go. Like, what are y'all talking about? What's today? Saturday, Friday. Yeah. We're gonna come live a little bit later in the day. We coming live a little bit later in the day. I just realized I have some stuff that I needed and that I want, and I want to get some work done. So we're going live a little bit later in the day. I want to apologize about this. I immediately need to look at these things. I can't even think or concentrate on anything else at this moment. I want to get my Photoshop. I want to get my I want to start working. So let me go look into this. We're gonna be coming back live a little bit later. We're gonna come back live a little bit later. I want to get to this. We need to. This is big BBN business. This is, you don't know how and what milestone we just hit. You don't get it yet. I get it, but I get it. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombs. I'm gonna drop 10-minute videos on both of this content. Call the notification gang. Like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. All right, I'm out.